Yes, my people, welcome back to another video and welcome back today to the Liverpool Women's Save here on Football Manager 26. Today I bring you another double live com where we face Ipswich first off in the FA Cup and then we play our final Champions League phase game against Paris Saint-Germain or Paris Saint-Germain or PSG. Probably should have just said that when I realised I don't know how to pronounce it. So, since you were last here, we have played one game. And in that game, we picked up a 6-2 win against Hammarby IF in the Champions League. Holly McNamara opened the scoring. Hammarby then grabbed themselves an equaliser before Zagari scored a quick-fire double to make it 3-1. Hazend then scored just on the stroke of half-time to make it 3-2, going into the second half. Sophie Roman-Haug then scored to make it 4-2. And then Marie Hobinger finished the game off by getting a brace to make it 6-2, which is absolutely fantastic. Roman-Haug now up to 10 goals in the Champions League this year. Absolutely fantastic performances from her this season. And as I said, today we'll be playing in the FA Cup third round against Ipswich and against PSG in the Women's Champions League phase, the final game for it. And if I just show you how we are doing in the Champions League. So the top four get automatic qualification through to the quarter final. PSG sit down in 8th, meaning if they beat us, they could overtake us. There is 3 teams on 10 points. We have a better goal difference than the teams around us, which is good. So, a win here today against PSG would guarantee us qualification through to the quarter-final of the Champions League, which would be absolutely fantastic. But before that, we have got to play against Ipswich Town in the FA Cup. So our lineup for that is as follows. We're going with Velasco in goal, who is now back from her broken arm, which is fantastic. We're going with a back four of Grace Fisk, Dawn, Sams and Bernabe, who is also back from injury. A midfield 3 of Quinn, Hagel and Marie Hobinger. Hagel and Hobinger having a fantastic start to the year each. Holly McNamara starts on the right, back from injury from her 2 goals against Barcelona. Zagari starting on the left with Sophie Roman-Haug looking for her 20th goal of the season before we even get to January. Leads the line for Liverpool here today, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's see how Ipswich will be lining up in this FA Cup third round tie. Okay then, our lineups are set as we play against Ipswich Town here in the FA Cup. Ipswich are going with a 4-2-3-1 formation with Laura Hartley starting in goal. A back four of Grace Neville, Maria Boswell, Peake and Sharima Vine. With midfield 2 of Mitchell and Sophie Bajent. With Kate Oakley starting on the right. Sophie Peskett starts on the left with Lucy O'Brien in the 10 and Rihanna Dean leading the line for Ipswich here today. Hopefully we can get ourselves through to the next round of the FA Cup. As I don't actually remember playing in the FA Cup third round last year. I'm convinced I got straight through to the fourth, which maybe you get a bye or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe there's just more WSL teams this year. That could be why, to be fair. As anyway, regardless, Sophie Roman-Haug gets us underway for this opening live com of the episode. And I think I'm going to do double live coms from now on, as I actually watched an episode last night for the first time ever, as Dean finds Peskett. It's headed away though. Holly McNamara now. I was watching an episode last night and I realised that the highlights can sometimes be a bit boring, and I was almost a bit like, fucking hell, like, can we skip this? So yeah, I think maybe we don't do that in future. We do double live comms instead. As O'Brien, dispossessed by Quinn. Zagari now. Finding Roman Haug, who is in. And Sophie Roman Haug makes it 1-0 early on in the first 2 minutes of this tie here. As we won't get to see the replay, as the game is broken. As Zagari now with the corner for Liverpool. It's a good delivery and it finds Lisa Dawn. And Lisa Dawn makes it 2-0 early on here in this game. 3 minutes in and it is already Liverpool 2, Ipswich 0. Lisa Dawn. It's a great ball from Zagari. And it's a fantastic header from Lisa Dawn to get her first goal for the club. Ipswich are a team in... Oh shit, Ipswich like the third tier. Oh, balls. Holly McNamara now finding Hobinger. I didn't realise they were the third tier. I probably would have rotated maybe if I knew they were the third tier. As Peskett cutting inside. Going for goal. And it's just over from Sophie Peskett there. As just if I look here, no one else, no big games. Palace Forest maybe. What league are Ipswich in? Because if they're third tier, then I might rest people at half time. As Sophie Roman Haug now going through, going for goal, and it's just over. No, they are in the second tier, or at least they are in real life. They are bottom. As Hagel finding Alejandra Bernabe. What can she do? Puts a good ball in. It's headed away by Peskett, but only as far as Grace Fisk, who puts a good ball in to Zagari, and it's just over from Zagari there. Has had a great start to this game with 2 assists already. Loughborough. As it has been a good start to the game here for Liverpool, finding themselves 2-0 up in the first 5 minutes. As it's just over hit by Hobinger there. As Hartley now in her hands. Is she going to kick the ball or she opts to throw instead? And it's dispossessed by Bernabe. Zagari heads on to Sophie Roman Haug. And Roman Haug makes it 3. She gets her second of the game. And it's a third assist for Zagari here today. Bernabe does really well to intercept. And it's a fantastic flick on from Zagari. And Roman Haug remains composed. She is on absolute fine form. And she does get her 20th goal of the season there. As Peskett now going inside to O'Brien. Boswell trying to go long to Oakley. But it looks like it's just going to trickle out. But Sams opts to intercept instead. Zagari tries to flick on. But that burst of acceleration is frightening from Zagari. And she beats Neville. But Neville is forced to foul her. Neville not having a great game here at all. As Zagari is running rings around her. And Hobinger now with the free kick. Headed away, but only as far as Holly McNamara. And that is a fantastic goal from Holly McNamara to make it 4-0. It's a good delivery from Hobinger. And it's headed away by Shamira Vine, was it? I'll just call her Vine. But Holly McNamara with a lobbed volley into the top corner to make it 4-0. And we've had 2 different spells of quick fire doubles to put us 4-0 up here. And I am going to bring people off, I do think. As who do we want to bring on? We'll bring Cornelia Capox on. We'll bring Navarro on for her debut. We'll bring Kathleen on. We'll bring Gonzalez on. And then I get one more sub. We'll bring... we could put Hagel there. Yeah, and then we'll put Lundgaard on as well. Just to try and rest some of the people for the Champions League. And also, we'll get some people, some football, as we got the job done in the first half, so there's no reason to risk those people with injuries. So it's a free kick for Ipswich now. Peak looking long for Peskett, and Peskett does really well to get there, and it's crossed into Oakley, and it's just off the bar. Ipswich will be hoping to try and get at least a goal here, as I mentioned in that first half, Neville not having a great game at all here, as Ipswich must have got relegated, so they are so they are in the thirds here. So they're in the same league as like #United women. So maybe I shouldn't have played a full strength team against these. As Peskett now. But I'm sure I'm taking the competition seriously. Finding Oakley. And it falls to a Lucy O'Brien. And Lucy O'Brien gets a goal back for Ipswich here. There's a bit of a mess up in the box, as Peskett does really well to get past Grace Fisk. And it just falls to Lucy O'Brien in the box, and she taps home. Well, she blast home, really. As Navarro, she looks interesting. Navarro with delivery, falling to Kathleen, who goes to Cornelia Capox. And it's just over from Cornelia Capox there. As Peak intercepted by Grace Fisk. And Gonzalez now cutting in and doing really well. And it's a fantastic save from Lucy. I'm not going to call her Lucy. From Hartley in the goal. I don't want to call her Lucy in case her name's not Lucy. Let's see. That would have been a disservice to Laura there. As we're into the final 15 minutes of this FA Cup tie. As Dawn now with the ball at the back. She'll be very happy with this game. Scoring their first ever goal for the club. Sophie Lundgaard now finding Hagel. Gonzalez dispossessed, but Navarro picks it up and finds Cornelia Capox. And Cornelia Capox scores to make it 5-1. A very fantastic player last season. Now a squad player this season. But she'll be happy to get a goal. As Navarro plays a lovely, well-timed pass into Cornelia Capox. And it's a good finish from the Swedish winger. Cornelia Capox, one of my favourite players in the team. I think it's just because I fancy her. But she's also good at football. As Bernabé doing really well to get down the left-hand side there and find Gonzalez. It's headed away, but Gonzalez does now pick it up. Hagel going back to Quinn. Into Lundgaard. It's off the bar from Sophie Lundgaard. Fancy her as well. As it's out by Grace Fisk. But it's good to see that I fancy two people that are on the bench. Because that means that I don't pick my team based on attractiveness. I pick my team based on ability. I probably shouldn't have done that. Bernabé. Cutting inside. Going back to Kathleen. Quinn now. Finding Lisa Dawn. Hagel. Into Quinn. Chantel Hagel. Going back to Dawn. Kathleen now. Finds Sophie Lundgaard. Who finds Cornelia Capox. Goes back to Bernabé. Into Cornelia Capox. Who finds Navarro. Back to Bernabé. And it's a good save from Laura Hartley there. To just push it past the post. As we are into the final couple of minutes here. Gonzalez goes for it. As it falls to Navarro. And it's just over on her debut. I will say, I feel like the women's game gives you way more highlights than men's. as we're into the final 30 seconds here of this FA Cup tie. As headed away by Burnaby. It falls to Oakley, who goes back to Neville. Mitchell now. Into Neville, and it's headed in. And Rihanna Dean gets another goal back for Ipswich, but it is offside, so it completely ignore me. Rihanna Dean just looked to go that little bit too early. As it ends here in the FA Cup, Ipswich 1, Liverpool 5. And we are through to the next round of the FA Cup. And now attention does turn to the PSG game. So I will see you with the lineups for that one, where hopefully we can get ourselves qualified through to the quarter-final. Okay then, here we have the lineups for this Champions League game. We've gone with one change from the last game, where Grace Fisk is suspended, so Kiki Pickett comes in. So we've gone with Velasco in goal. A back four of Pickett, Dawn, Emily Sams and Alejandra Burnaby, with midfield three of Quinn, Chantel Hagel and Marie Hobinger. Holly McNamara starts on the right with Zagari on the left and Roman Haug leading the line for Liverpool here today, as it is snowing in Paris. And there is the lineups. And PSG get us underway for this very big Champions League game, as Burnaby looking through. So they have gone with a 4-2-3-1 as well. Mary Earps in goal. Karchawe, Cascarino and Bock and Perry set as the back four. A midfield two of Shapter and Geramo, with Olgo on the left. Ajibade on the right. Crystal Dunn in the 10, with Leachter leading the line. PSG are a very good side. This will be a difficult game, but hopefully we can defeat them and get ourselves into the quarter-final of the Champions League. As Ajibade finding Carmona at the back post, and it's just saved by Velasco. As Roman Haug now does well to get past Perry set. She is on her own though. Where's Carmona? Oh, is that Olga Carmona? Oh my god, she's unbelievable. She's such a good left back. Marie Hobinger now to cross, headed away, but only as far as Hobinger, who goes back to Hagel. It's cleared, but Burnaby is there. She can find Kiki Pickett here. Hobinger going on her own. It's fantastic from Marie Hobinger, and Mary Earps is forced to make the save. As it stands... Oh, Roman Haug's injured, you're joking. You're actually joking. Mia Enderby or Cornelia Capox. We're going to put Cornelia Capox up top. As it stands, we drop to 5th place in the Champions League, as Mbok finds Ajibade, intercepted by Burnaby. Zagari now doing really well down this left hand side. Can she pull it across? She goes back to Burnaby, who goes for goal, and it's just wide of the post there from Burnaby. As Mary Earps to take the goal kick for PSG. As it falls to Cornelia Capox and it's blocked. Zagari going back to Quinn. Chantel Hagel trying to find Burnaby, but is out for a Liverpool corner. So what's the score in the other game? Oh, I can't really see. Marie Hobinger with a free kick for Liverpool here, in a dangerous position. She goes for goal, and it's just over. Kiki Pickett now finding Hobinger, who finds Holly McNamara. Hobinger in just short sleeves in the snow. That's what you love to see. Zagari now goes past her as falls to Cornelia Capox, And Cornelia Capox off the bench scores her first ever Champions League goal. It's really good play from Zagari, who's turning in to an assist machine this season, as she goes past Periset with ease and finds a great pass into Cornelia Capox, who taps home to make it 1-0. And that goal puts us back into the top 4. As Schatzer now gives it to Cornelia Capox. She seems up for this. She goes to Pickett. Pickett finding Holly McNamara. McNamara cutting in, finding Marie Hobinger. And Marie Hobinger makes it 2. Holly McNamara did fantastically there. She's proven to be a really good signing, as McNamara doing really well. Looks like she's going to cut in to shoot, but she finds Hobinger, who takes a touch out of her feet and hits it. And Mary Earps maybe could be doing better there, but we don't care, as we find ourselves 2-0 up here against PSG, as Chelsea find themselves 1-0 up against Real Madrid. Luchta goes to Olga Carmona. Now in to Karchal. And Dunn heads on, and Ajibade is in here. She goes back to Periset, and it's a fantastic finish from Periset to get a goal back for PSG. Do you see what I mean though? I feel like there's way more highlights in the women's games. I'm not sure why. As Periset, I believe, is a very good right back. She is. As Velasco now with the ball in her hands. We don't have anything on, do we? This is just key. Honestly, you get so many highlights in women's football. Zagari. What can she do with it? Driving into PSG territory. But Bernabé picks the ball up. Hagel finding Cornelia Capox, and it's off the post. Zagari picks up the loose ball, but is tackled by Giramo. Capox going really close there. Is that going to be the end of this first half? It is. We go into the break at half time. We're 5th. How are we 5th? Hang on. How are we 5th when we're winning? Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know how we're... Oh, what? Are we going to get shagged as McNamara? So how are we... Why is it doing this? It can't be on goal difference then. We're now 2nd. I'm proper confused. Sorry, how are we now 2nd? Arsenal winning and so are Chelsea, and we're now 2nd all of a sudden. As Marie Hobinger with a free kick for Liverpool here. She goes for goal, and Marie Hobinger gets her 2nd of the game. It's an absolutely fantastic free kick from Marie Hobinger. It's really fantastic. Inch to perfection past Mary Earps to make it 3-1. As Dawn gives the ball away, and PSG now with possession. Cascarino going back to Earps, and Bock finding Ajibade, who runs at Bernabé. Ajibade doing really well down this right hand side, and it's a fantastic goal from Ajibade. She has so much to do on her own, and she does it fantastically to make it 3-2 and get another goal back for PSG here. And it feels like at the minute every game in the Champions League is absolutely fantastic. As we're into the final 20 minutes here, and Ajibade sprinting down this right hand side yet again, as she's tackled by Hagel. It's really good defending from Hagel. Zagari now dispossessed, as Giramo finds Lufa into Dunn, back into Lucha, and Lucha equalises for PSG and makes it 3-3. are so annoying. Because we were literally 3-1 up a minute ago. As Hobinger. Finding Cornelia Capox. Why are you showing me that then? Why are you showing me if it's just going to go out for a goal kick? Fuck's sake. As Bernabé wins the ball back. Zagari now goes back to Emily Sams. Into Dawn. Dawn to Quinn. Dawn. Back out wide to Kiki Pickett. Pickett with a good ball into the box. It's headed away, but only as far as Hagel. And Quinn keeping the ball alive. Hagel finding Cornelia Capox, who finds Zagari, and it's blocked and out for a Liverpool corner. One in which we won't get to see. So we're going to bring Sophie Lundgaard on for the injured woman. Quinn. McLean can come on for Quinn. Holly McNamara. These are all having good games though, really. We'll bring Gonzalez on for Holly McNamara. And we'll bring Kathleen on as well. As we're in to the final 15 minutes here. Are they beating Barcelona? Oh, Bayern have Barcelona. Interesting. There could be a way in which we sneak through here, maybe. I'm not sure. We need a goal, though. I want to win the game to guarantee it. Hobinger finding Cornelia Capox, and it falls to Zagari. And it's just wide from Zagari. As we are going to go attack him. And I do feel like we do deserve this, to be honest. As, yeah, Barcelona are just sneaking through at the minute. Nice. Didn't want to see it anyway. Cool. As we're into the final couple of minutes here. 5 minutes to go of injury time. We need another goal. As we're not going to get one. And it's going to end PSG 3, Liverpool 3. And we just miss out on guaranteed qualification. Fuck off. Honestly, I hate this game. It's so broken. As PSG, as Arsenal win 3-1 and Chelsea win 1-0. So unfortunately, we will be through to the knockout playoff round to make it to the quarter-final. And I think, to be honest, that might be the next episode. So I'll be back with more Liverpool women's content tomorrow. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below any tips, tricks, anything like that you want to see me use in this save. And I'll see you tomorrow for more Football Manager content. Peace.